Welcome everybody to Tango Confusion's 20th anniversary. I'm Debbie Goodwin. Thank you for all coming and celebrating with us. And also, she's actually in the other room right now, but thank you to our DJ, Michele Richards. And our current DJ for the show is Jonas. An extra big thank you to our hosts of the Dome, Pier and Dan. This incredible venue for art, music, and dance, and it's really a great contribution to our community. So we thank them. So, we are celebrating today, and I want to let you know that Tango Confusion in the last 20 years has done over 174 performances. And this has been done at milongas and benefits, festivals, and theaters. We performed in most of the major theaters in San Francisco, including the Herbst Theater, the Cowell Theater, the Yerba Buena Center for the Arts, and so many more. We've done 56 distinct different choreographies over this time. And we've collaborated with musicians and worked with live musicians and special even new compositions from musicians such as Trio Garufa, Sata Sarno, and Isu Sexteto, Montango, Tango Nero, and Redwood Tango Ensemble. Those are the San Francisco groups, and then we also worked with groups from Argentina, the Orquestra Victoria, Tangueto, and Otros Aires. So that was really fun. Over the 20 years, we've had 14 different dancers in our company. And what I'd like to do now is bring them out and in chronological order and go take you through a little brief history of Tango Confusion. So, it started in 2004. I had just moved to the Bay Area, and I had always wanted to work. I had this idea of working with a company of women dancing, leading and following, and also adding other genres. And I was inspired by this company called Tango Mujer. There was a group that was doing it in the East Coast and in Europe. And so I invited one of the dancers from Tango Mujer to come do a workshop, and so I started inviting the ladies I thought that I would like to work with, and frankly, I wanted to be friends with too, because I was new to the area. And so I'd like to start telling you that first of all, I invited Michele Gorre. Michele worked with me in Sacramento. She's from the Sacramento area, and she was an assistant of mine for a long time, and always had fun working with Michele. And then Christy Cote. Iconic tango professionals in our community forever, and these are two women that I was really hoping would accept my invitation, and they did. I was so excited. And then there was another woman who was dancing around town that I saw her dancing, and I knew that she had been a former professional modern dancer, and I thought she would be great for this experiment, Pier Voulkos. The five of us met with Brigitte Winkler and had this workshop, and a spark was lit. From there, we got busy, we started creating and performing. Michele created a website for us, and within 6 weeks, I think, was our first performance after meeting in that first workshop. And we've always worked as a collaboration, and everybody contributing different things and different choreographies. And our idea was, we had this little tagline, exploring Argentine tango beyond traditional boundaries. And that meant exchanging lead and follow, adding some different genres of different dance with it. And so that's what we did, and are still doing. And we were so lucky in the beginning, when we first started out, we had this very special woman follow us around, videotaping, taking pictures, taking interviews of us, And she created this amazing documentary that really touched the essence of what we were doing. We all sat in my living room and watched the first showing of it and was crying. It was so good. Ariel, can you stand up? This documentary is on YouTube. It's on our website. It has a special page, documentary. You can just click it and watch it. So poor Michelle had to commute from Sacramento all this time, and it got a little rough on her. So in the end of 2005, after the documentary, she said, farewell, on to other things. We were 4. I tended to be the organizer of the group. Pier, we discovered, was an amazing costumer, and so our costumes, we would bring things in and she would make them work. She also kind of tried to keep us all grounded a little bit. That's kind of her role in the company. Christy and Chelsea, on the other hand, were big dreamers with big ideas. And it was amazing the things they got us into. And one of the first things that they did was they decided that they thought it would be nice to do an all-woman theater show. And they contacted Ted Viviani, who's a tango producer, and ran this idea by him, and he went for it. And he went for it big. He hired an international cast of female musicians. He brought in our inspiration company, Tango Mujer, to come dance with us, and us as well. And we performed at the Herx Theater in San Francisco.
I saw that show.
You saw the show? Yay! Who else saw the show? Who else? Okay, yeah, it was one of the highlights of our company. So for this show, we invited 2 more dancers. First, Carolina Rozensztroch. And along with Carolina, Charity Lebron. So then we were 6. And we continued dancing in all the different venues, continuing creating. One of the things that we've always been embraced by are the queer tango communities, not only in San Francisco and beyond. So thank you very much, number 1, for that. Again, Christy and Chelsea got us invited to the Queer Tango Festival in Buenos Aires. The woman organizer there especially wanted to invite us because we were women who led. And back then, it was actually quite a revolutionary thing to have women leading, and especially out in public. And so she wanted to bring us to inspire the women in Buenos Aires, can you believe it, to lead. So we did. That was a really nice experience to do that. Let's see, Charity then moved to Arizona. But Mariana from Spain joined us. So we remained 6 dancers in our company. And some highlights from this time was we were over 70 applicants. We were given a grant from Dance Mission to create a show for a festival that they were having. And so that was exciting because it was into not only were we in the tango world, but we were in the modern dance world and kind of this world in between. And so that just gave us, we felt very recognized to be able to have that grant to do that. And we have, there was a nice show that we did in the Dance Mission. Then, again, our 2 big dreamers got us to perform invitations in Argentina to a big festival that many of you go to, CITA. And so we performed in 2010 in CITA, and I think we're one of the first all-female companies to do such a thing at that time. And we also, the year later, were performing with the music group Changueto, not only in Buenos Aires, but we also got to go with them to Montevideo to do some performances. So all of that was really exciting for this. And after that, Mariana went back to Spain. So we were 5. We spent the next year focusing on what we call our signature lead and follow exchanges. Because yes, we all lead, we all follow, and it's all based on improvisational tango, first of all. That's all of us are, that's the root that we all hold in common. But we like to exchange lead and follow in very smooth ways. And so we developed 10 different specific lead and follow exchanges that we decided to call after San Francisco landmarks. So we have one that's called the Japanese Tea Garden. We have the Embarcadero. We have Palace of Fine Arts, on and on. So this is what we did, but what we did with this, and it was really fun, we worked with 2 different videographers. One was on site in San Francisco, was Daniel Peters. He took us all around to San Francisco to all these sites, dancing our little combination. It was really a fun treat just to go to all of those places and then to see what came out afterwards. And the second videographer was John Campbell, back there, raise your hand. And he was our in-site, in-studio videographer, and he got all of the, doing the instruction work and a little dance in the studio, and then he also pulled all that material together, and it's on DVD. It's what's playing when you checked in at the front desk. It's looping, and it's also on our website. You can go to each exchange and learn it yourself. So, speaking of our website, we just have a new website, so make sure to go. There's stories that the dancers are telling, and there'll be more added to it. But I also want to give another special recognition to somebody who has given us 20 years of an extensive video documentation. So that's why we have all this material to show, and that is John Campbell. In 2013, we began a 5-year cultural exchange with the iconic dancer Joanna Copes. She holds this Ladies Tango Festival in Buenos Aires, and her father, she comes from a big tango family. If you don't know the tango history, is Juan Carlos Copes. And she holds a Ladies Tango Festival. Well, we had a 5-year relationship where we would go and teach and perform at her festival, and then we created a San Francisco festival as well, and brought her to come and teach and perform at our festivals as well. And so how many of you have gone to our Ladies Tango Festivals? Some of those, okay. A few there. In 2014 was our 10th anniversary, and we put on a show called Women's Stories, directed by Daniel Peters. It was lovely. We're all women company, but we get a lot of support from our guys. Then after that, after the anniversary, the 10th anniversary, Chelsea decided to pursue some other projects, so we said farewell to Chelsea for a while. And we had a new infusion of dancers after that. I'd like to introduce Rose Vierling. Mila Salazar. And Erin Malley. So again, we were performing, creating, taking part in the festivals, and had a lot of fun. But Erin only stayed with us for a year. It was a fun year, but now she's gone. Moved back to Michigan, and we invited Jasmine Worrell. So we remained 7. Yes. And we welcomed 2 other members, Mira Barakat. Our DJ for the evening, Michele Richards. So now we are 9. Yes, right? 9, okay. This next year we worked on a show for the San Francisco International Arts Festival. We were part of that, and it was called Sex, Women, and Tango. And it was an hour-long show at the festival. And we had fun with that, and Michele was a big part of that. But after that event, she was on her way. We have a lot of short and sweet memories. members here. In 2018, again, the queer tango community embraced us, but this time from Berlin, and it was our first European tour. And so we went to Berlin to teach, to actually just perform at the festival in Berlin in 2018. And we did such a great job that they invited us back the next year to be the featured teachers and featured performers in 2019. Also in 2019, we did another show for the San Francisco International Arts Festival, and this time with Redwood Tango Ensemble, with some original compositions from Charles, the leader of the band, their pieces. And then after we did that at the festival, it was time for Mira and Jasmine to move on to other projects. So then we were 6. And COVID hit. And so we just kind of hung out. We did an online video from a bar. He sent me videos in, we did something like that. Then we started having masks and having birthday parties for everybody's birthday. We have a Tango Con Fusión birthday club that we celebrate everybody's birthday, which, by the way, everybody's invited other members to come to those birthdays if they'd like, but the 6 of us kind of started doing that. But then during COVID, both 3 members decided to move along, and that was Mila, Pier, and Christy. So. And then we were 3. And we call ourselves a Tango Con Fusión trio at the moment. And this past year, we had something very exciting happen. We, from the get-go, had always admired this dance company, Corporación Tango from Buenos Aires, that they would do the types of things we did, with working with groups of people, exchanging lead and follow, and we always admired them, and we watched everything that they did. Well, the directors happened to be in town, so Carolina suggested we have them over to coach us on a new trio we were working at to perform right here tonight. And so we worked with this couple, and they helped, we choreographed it, they choreographed it. It was a lovely collaboration, and we were actually able to perform with them in Dance Mission last December, which was a fun event for us. Unfortunately, during that performance, I hurt my knee, and so we're not able to show you that trio tonight. It is on our website in the video, so you can see that, and hopefully a future time we'll bring that out. But instead of the trio then, we are going to start our performance section of our show, and we are going to start with Carolina and Rose. They put this together in the last couple weeks after my knee injury. Here we go. This is called El Choclo.